Alright, so the past day or two, there's been some new changes that have come out to Arsenal, and we're going to kind of go over that now. But originally, who brought this to my attention was someone named Bandites on Twitter. They showed me that there's new crosshairs on snipers. So after that, I actually played the game, and I noticed some other changes and things too. So if you guys didn't notice these things, then I'm going to kind of cover it in this video, and also give some feedback on what I think about it. Alright. Oh, that is loud. Alright, so first off, I'm on standard mode right here, and so I'm going to show you, so the new crosshairs are actually only out for snipers on competitive mode, not in standard, so I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to just go ahead, I brought in an alt account here, and I'm just going to kill it a few times and get a sniper and show you. Alright, so here we go. So I got the M40, so as you can see, there's no crosshairs on it, and it's just, you know, an M40. It's just how it usually is. So, yeah, I can no scope without the crosshairs, but now we're going to go ahead and hop into competitive real quick, and I'm going to show you again with a sniper on competitive. Alright, so now we're on competitive, so I'm going to get some kills again until I get a sniper. So let me just shoot this man up. Alright, so here we go. So the fourth weapon here, we have an AWP, and as you can see, there's a crosshair on it now. So pretty much, now, you know, if you're playing competitive, you have a crosshair on your sniper, so all you can just, you know, boom, headshot like that. Very easy. So yeah, crosshairs are actually on snipers on mobile and console. I think console. I know mobile for sure. Now they're in the game for PC players, only on competitive though. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that in just a second. And then also, if you haven't noticed too, the FOV has been changed. It was 70 and now it's 80. So if you don't know what FOV is, it's just your field of view, so it changes like how much you can actually see on screen. So they made it higher, so that means you could see more. So now my arms are they kind of look longer and stuff, and the gun kind of looks further back, but I could also see like a wider area around me. So they bumped it up to 80. And then the last small change that I noticed is that Concussion Mania, you can actually get a win now without having to get the knife kill. So I'm going to demonstrate that real quick. Alright, so it didn't display it there, but usually when you hit 16, it'll say, you know, final round, like you're in the final weapon. So yeah, so now if I kill this dude, I'll win the game right there without having to actually get the knife kill. So I think this has actually been a feature for a few days from what Ricky told me, but I haven't seen this for myself until like yesterday, so I wanted to point this out too, just for those people who don't play Concussion Mania or who didn't know about this. So there's that. Alright, so I went ahead, I hopped on my alt here. This is the one I was just killing a second ago. Alright, nice, this is competitive. So anyways, I wanted to talk about some of these new features and things and give some feedback on them. So the first thing that I kind of went over is that how snipers now have crosshairs, which I think that's actually pretty cool. I mean, it definitely helps, I guess, for people who aren't really good with snipers, and you know, now you can just easily no-scope people. The only thing is, like, they did it for competitive, and I feel like competitive should be more difficult. So I feel like this feature should have been for standard only and not for competitive. So I feel like it's a cool idea, but I feel like they kind of mixed it up. I feel like they got it backwards. I feel like competitive should be still no crosshair with snipers because it's competitive. It's meant to be kind of more challenging and more based on your aim than anything. And standard is for more like, you know, just playing the game to chill, have fun on it, and not to like completely try hard. So I feel like standard should have received the new crosshairs on snipers, and I feel like competitive should have just been left alone with it. But it's still a cool thing. But that's just my thoughts on that. So the next thing is actually the new FOV. They changed the FOV from 70 to 80, so you can now see more and have a wider view. And I think it's a really cool thing. I think it makes the game feel like a lot better in my opinion. I really like it. Just because, like, yeah, like this guy, I don't know if I would have been able to see him before. Now I can see like a wider range of stuff. So I really like the new FOV, but again, I know people probably won't be used to it or they won't really like it. So I feel like they should definitely add like an FOV slider for it. Especially like because most first-person shooter games, they have an FOV slider. I know for CBRO, they never added an FOV slider for it, but I definitely think for this game that they should. Or they at least should consider a slider, because I know there's some people that, you know, would like it to just be the basic FOV. They're not used to like this new one, so, and it might hurt their eyes. I know some people like, you know, they get headaches from playing with such high FOV or too low FOV. So I feel like a slider would, you know, help that. I know some games make me very motion sick and I kind of have to, you know, adjust the FOV and make it higher. So I definitely think that this game could use that, where they, you know, you could change it, you can make it to how you want it to be. Just gives the player like a little more variety, I guess, a little more control over their gameplay. So I definitely feel like FOV slider should be added, and it shouldn't just be changed and locked whenever. That's that. Because definitely I would probably either keep this current FOV, or I want to experiment with higher FOVs and just see what plays best for me. So I think that they should definitely consider that. But I do really like this new FOV though. I find it very nice to use. I don't know, it makes the game feel refreshing. Even Castler's, I think he's the dev who made the new FOV, or who adjusted it. I don't know, but he said it makes it feel more refreshing as well. I definitely think so, but I think there should just be a way you can adjust it for yourself. And then, of course, the last thing was just that Concussion Mania thing. That's pretty cool. I mean, I made a video on, I think, one of my 0 to 100 videos like a week ago. I was talking about like Concussion Mania, how I hated that you have to get the knife kill, and then like a couple days later it seems like they changed it so you don't have to get the knife kill anymore, which I definitely like that for that game mode. That's definitely a good change. It makes, I think that game was a lot more fun now, because that was the only thing that made me not really fully like it. Like, I enjoyed it, but I just didn't like it just because of that reason. But yeah, so I think these new features are pretty cool. I don't know if anyone's who's watching this actually noticed these things yet, or you know, even really notice the new FOV or notice the crosshairs on competitive. I know a lot of people probably don't vote competitive because I barely get competitive in games. People don't really vote it, but yeah, definitely some things that should be considered. I feel like, personally, I also feel like competitive should outweigh standard if it's voted, like in the voting thing. But I know this game is supposed to be like competitive from what the devs have said. It's supposed to be just for fun, so I know they won't do that. But I feel like also just like a separate competitive version of the game would be, you know, fun and enjoyable. I actually talked to Ricky about this before, and I think it'd be really cool if competitive was like a separate game. Like, you join Arsenal, but then there's like a button at the top or something that says go to competitive servers or whatever. Kind of like how Tower of Hell has it, where it's like go to the pro servers or whatever. You can you walk through a doorway on that game and you go to like the harder game. But I think this game could use that, maybe like a competitive only thing, because I know a lot of people don't vote competitive, but the people who want to play it, you know, don't really get it because you have to vote for it. So I feel like it'd be cool if competitive was a separate kind of game, like connected to this one, so they don't lose players, of course. But, you know, they just have that competitive feel to it. And I talked to Ricky about this, but I feel like competitive, like, if they did make it its own, like, separate kind of thing, we both are talking about how they should maybe make it so, like, you can like view your KD, you can view like how many kills you have in game, how many deaths you have, stuff like that, you know, the stuff that's not in the game already. And then there could be like leaderboards and stuff for like fastest wins and all that. I think that'd be really cool. I know that would take a lot of time to like implement because they need new leaderboards and new stats and things for that. But I definitely think that'd be really cool, and then it could still contribute to your like overall total kills to the game. But then competitive itself could have like its own leaderboards. So those are just like a few things really. Like, I don't know how much of that, this is mostly just feedback and things I think that they could add to the game that would be cool after seeing these changes. But yeah, I know it's definitely stuff that takes time to be added, and I don't expect them to just like throw up an update with all that stuff in it, but I think some of those things could definitely improve the game. Definitely, it'd make it more fun for me, and for more of the competitive players on this game, I think so, for sure. So yeah, but those are just some of the things that, you know, I wanted to talk about. Let me know what you think about some of those things that I talked about, what your feedback is for these things, if you notice these things and stuff like that. Can I get off the Springfield? That'd be cool, thank you. The server's kind of dead, but I'm going to play through this game and see how it goes. I can't find anyone though. Oh, here we go. Oh, of course. There we go. Alright, but here's some more. There you go. There's that with the no crosshairs. I think from what Ricky said, I think they actually made the like double QQ switching slower with now that there's crosshairs on it. I noticed it more for the M40, but not the Seiko there. But again, it's really easy when you have crosshairs on snipers just to get like easy no scope kills. So I feel like it should be more of a standard thing and not a competitive thing. Competitive should remain more challenging, I think, and more based on your aim and skill. That's just my thoughts on it. But see, it's very easy to just no scope now because you have that crosshair. But let me know what you guys think about that. If you think it should remain in competitive, or if it should be moved to standard only, or if it should just be a overall game thing. See, again, very easy, very smooth though. Alright, there we go. Let's finish this out. While we dominated this server completely. That guy was just dancing up there, nice. Alright, there we go. No one even got 10 kills. Alright, but yeah, so that's just really what I mainly wanted to talk about in this, and, you know, see what you guys think. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, me just kind of rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like on it, and subscribe for some more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So, goodbye.